Someone said you're late. We're not late. Anyways. What is going on, crypto fam? Happy almost Friday, and welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. We are coming at you from our studio here in Hot City, Las Vegas, Nevada, with our weekdaily live show. I'm one of your co-hosts, David. Before we get into the content, quick disclaimer: nothing that's said on this channel should be taken as financial advice. So please, as always, do your own research. With that being said, I'd like to introduce you to your least favorite co-host, Big Rob. What's up?
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, the boring, the stale information, and we package it up in a fun and sexy way. Also, here at Sin City Crypto, we don't just do the live streams. We also do deep dives and other content. Make sure you check out the deep dives and other content. Thank you. Muchas gracias. And then, I'm going to give you guys approximately 3 to 5 seconds to like the video. Okay. And then, if you ain't subscribed yet, what the hell wrong with you? You ain't hit that notification bell? What the hell is wrong with you? David, how you feeling, bro?
Feeling juicy.
Yeah?
Rocco keeps taking my word now.
Juicy.
I hear him talking juicy all the time. You know, that's a
juicy.
That's a trademark
with
term.
the Italian accent, when he says juicy, it sounds better than when you say it. I'm just throwing it out there.
Everything
bro.
sounds better in an Italian accent, to be honest.
That is true.
I can get away with everything.
Can you say mozzarella?
Mozzarella.
Ah, see, that is so sexy.
It's
That's
no
good,
mozzarella.
right? Yeah,
It's
it
no
is.
mozzarella. It's mozzarella.
Mozzarella. you have to
Emphasize.
fade out at the end. Mozzarella.
It's like you have a filter in your voice when you say
Oh.
mozzarella.
Damn. Do you ever
I put an Instagram filter on my face. I programmed it.
is buffalo mozzarella from Buffalo, New York?
No.
No.
It's from buffaloes. Buffalo milk?
Oh,
Buffalo.
Water buffalo milk.
stop.
Water Asian buffalo.
Water Asian buffalo. Huh?
Actually, it's true. Yes.
This is your first time checking
no,
us out.
I'm
This is how we start our show every day, in case you didn't know. Now, before we get into the roll call, we do got an extra roll call here in studio. Pull the studio cam. We got our boy Ronnie here in house. One of our long-term crypto investors and buddies hanging out with us here in the studio. So give him a shout out in the
He's
chat.
wearing the Sin City red, too.
He is.
Yeah,
Trying to
like
camouflage into the
the couch.
There he is. What's up, Ryan? How you feeling, bro?
Man, feeling good.
Feeling good?
You know, I was like, hey, Ronnie, you like Cardano? He's like, man, I got into Cardano at a penny. I was like, dang!
Yeah.
Where were you 3 years ago, my friend?
Let me borrow some Cardano, bro.
3 years ago, back home in Austin, Texas, working 2 jobs just like everybody else.
And
Bro.
you put that money in crypto.
Why you
Yeah.
leave Austin, Texas? They have consensus going on right now, man. You know?
Hey.
And you know, there's supposed to be a heat wave in Austin, Texas as well.
Really?
Yeah, 107 degrees tomorrow, I think it is. Something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
What the hell?
It's the norm. It's the norm around this time.
Well, Vegas, yeah. Vegas is about to start getting real hot, too.
Man,
I remember last year, I made the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life. I decided to sign my son up for summer outdoor soccer last summer, and I was a coach. And our first game was the day where Vegas was 117 degrees.
Jesus.
It was the worst mistake I ever made in my life. Second worst was going into business with Robin. Anyways, let's do a roll call, Robin.
All right, so I'm just going to start off the show by saying, Hola, Fino. Who's happening? We got a new guy in the chat. Fino? Yeah.
What's up, Fino? We also
All
had
right.
another new one, Luis Rivera.
What?
I don't think Luis has been here before.
Luis. Hola. Welcome. Sin City Crypto. All right, now, roll call. Chef Murder first in the chat. Round of applause for you, Chef Murder. Thank you, thank you. HP in the house. Broke Yoshi. R.A. Daniel. Then we got Crypto Geek. Olga Shizzy. Why You Loud? Gang. Jason. Sir Babe. And then we got Luis, as I mentioned. And Destroyer back in here, man. We got another loyal Destroyer in the house. And then Nashawn up in here. Good to see you, Nashawn. One of the long-term members. Or long-term viewers. Not a member yet.
You know,
Speaking of members, guess what?
what?
We added another member.
We did.
And his name is Redman, right?
Oh, from like Red Man and Method Man?
You know, I met Redman before. He's
Did you?
a super nice guy, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Him and his wife.
I like their music.
Now, and we also got JCap in here as well. Yeah, man. Redman, he's a member. Did you give him a member? Yeah, there we go. We haven't seen him live, so we're assuming he's watching after the fact. So much
man.
love, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a member. Which that unlocked our next emoji, which is a whale emoji. In case y'all hadn't checked that out yet. So, and then let me know what kind of emoji you guys want for the next one.
Well, everyone wanted a Rocco emoji, but you didn't
emoji.
care. You don't care about Rocco. Just say it. Just say you don't care about Rocco.
They wanted my emoji with that shampoo. That's they want out.
The shampoo hair?
Yeah, with that shampoo.
Like
with the
all
long-
bubbly.
Have you not seen the man's hair?
He does
He's
got
got
nice
locks,
hair.
bro.
Yeah.
They're golden flowing locks.
Where's the Rocco cam at?
Right here, yes.
Rocco, show us some locks, Rocco. Show us the hair.
Wow.
Yes, right here.
Show us the hair. Yeah,
Yes.
you see that?
At some point, we'll talk crypto, guys. Don't worry. But hey, it's a nice.
You know,
nice
a lot of
flowing
channels.
locks there.
A lot of channels spend their first 5 minutes pitching their affiliate links and stuff.
That
We
is
like to-
correct, yes.
we like to get the juices flowing. Speaking of juices, Bitcoin is not looking juicy.
Oh, Fino said he's been here before. My bad. I got squirrel memory.
Oh yeah, compound. That's right. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So let's get into it. How you feeling, David?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
All right. How's Bitcoin feeling?
Bitcoin's
that's the
feeling-
next question. All right. So taking a look at Bitcoin, we are at $30,258.35. And where is that? In the scale of the last month, in the same spot it's been at the last month. And so, how long are we gonna be here? You think we'll be here for another month? 3 weeks from now?
No.
30K.
No. Bitcoin's getting ready to move.
Getting ready to move?
At least
Ooh, you're
8 to-
saying
8
that with
to
some
12%.
conviction. You hear that?
8
You
to
hear the
12%.
conviction in your voice.
I
You
will
better
explain.
TA fucking slam dunk that thing at the end of the show, bro.
Sir, watch your language, please. Thank you very much. We have children watching. Thank you.
Okay. Anyways, so taking a look here, we are just continuously bouncing from 29 to 31. We've dipped down to 28.4, I think is the lowest in the last couple of weeks. 28.3, whatever. Anyways, so you know, and we've brought it up a couple times. If you are a swing trader, this is about as easy as it gets to make money. You simply put in a buy order at 29,000, sell order at 30, and well, you've had now it's I think we're at 10 different times you could have made. If you were to use one Bitcoin, you had one Bitcoin, you buy and sell between 29 and 30, you make $1,000 on every one of those flips. And you could have done that 10 times now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and officially 10 times. So could have made $10,000 in the last month by simply putting a buy order at 29,000 and a sell order at 30,000 with one Bitcoin. You know, a lot of times people are giving you all these crazy triangles and TA.
You leave
and,
my triangles out of this.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Sometimes,
Sometimes
you don't need to overcomplicate it. That's what I'm saying. You don't need an algorithm, a
That's what the
triangle,
simple- that's what the simple
trapezoid, a pie chart here. You know, and we got Eddie back in here. What's up, Eddie? Yeah, taking a look at Ethereum, $1,800. A lot of FUD going on Ethereum, man.
Yeah, I saw 2 or 3 videos. Ethereum's
Yeah,
dead.
everybody's like Ethereum about to crash of all this.
No, they're saying Ethereum's dead. I'm like, what?
Ethereum's dead, huh?
Yeah, if Ethereum's dead.
You know what's dead is the volume in crypto. And when you run out of material to talk about and you resort to Ethereum's dead, I'm like, no, it's not. Shut up. And so, you know what is dead? This chart.
I want to say something so bad, but
What?
I'm not going to. I can't. It's not suitable for YouTube. I'll tell you later.
Okay. Sounds good. Inside comments. Thank you. Now, Cardano's been moving, man. Up 10% for the week. It was, I was looking at it yesterday. We were down to 44 cents, I think was kind of the bottom for Cardano and since the bull run.
I wonder if we're going to see that.
And so
I wonder if we're going to see a big dump after the
pretty significant move. That's up. That means it's up 50% since May 27th. So basically, almost 50% in about 2 weeks, essentially. Pretty good, man. A lot of movement. Ecosystem's growing. If you're a Cardano homer, it's looking good, man.
56%.
56%?
Yeah.
Damn. 2 weeks, man. In a bear market.
Well, that's because they got the hard fork coming in. And
The hard fork coming. The ERC20 converter is live. DApps are getting built out. More utility. The stable coin. Charles Hoskins out here trolling people. You know, the normal stuff. Taking a look at crypto bubbles. Look at that, man. That Luna Classic, baby, up 24%.
Can we filter that out?
Yeah. You know, I think this crypto bubbles is exactly the best representation because this is literally a giant bubble, which is what Luna was and then popped. Yes, that's correct. Now, Chainlink's still up 9%. Chainlink's staking went live via their own little protocol. So you can go and stake your Link. Maybe we'll do a deep dive on Link.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The first one we did was terrible.
Yeah, we're not going to count that as a deep dive. And then Helium's still making moves. What's going on with Helium? Did I miss something?
I haven't seen anything on Helium.
Yeah, I don't know. Really great project. You know, Helium got off to a great start in New York. The more densely populated areas are, the better it is for the Helium network. For the simple fact that in rural areas, the way that they reach consensus and is by communication and proximity. So let me rewind. If you don't know what Helium is, it's basically a Wi-Fi network of sort. Basically, they share internet bandwidth with each other. So instead of paying Cox Cable or your local cable company money, you just participate in the network and you share your bandwidth, and then you earn tokens on the back end for doing so. And so the more populated, dense an area is, the better it is for the network. So in the early adoption of the Helium network, New York City people were making tons of money over there, tons of Helium tokens. Now, Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we saw a sharp decline. So we're down to 11 on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. So a little bit more fear than it was, say, yesterday, which is funny because we're kind of in the same zone. Not too much has changed. What changed from yesterday to today, David?
For what?
I'm just asking because yesterday you were sitting at 30,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday we were sitting at.
People's emotions are fragmented.
Yeah, nothing really changed. So I don't really know. You know, this does aggregate a lot of data from Google Trends. So maybe people are just.
Well, it's lagging. So
yeah. Well,
but again,
anyways,
nothing significant happened.
So NASDAQ down a full percent here. We are seeing a little bit of red in the traditional markets, and a lot of this has to do with the European Union. So the EU came out yesterday, you know, at a different time zone. But anyways, this morning, yesterday, whatever you want to call it. They came out and said they're going to be raising interest rates. So the European Union has been steadfast at 0% for their interest rates for the central banks to borrow money. And now they are going to raise it to 0.25. They were very adamant in not raising it. So everyone was like, yeah, European Union is just not going to raise rates, which is kind of foolish if you think about it, right? You mean, you know, at some point they're going to raise rates, and obviously inflation's out of control. And so the fact that this caught people off guard is surprising to me. But anyways, kind of took the European markets down a little bit. To be precise, so here, European markets fall 1.3%. So they were going to do a 25 basis point, basically means 0.25% in July. And then they're going to expect further rate hikes in September. So the European stocks fell sharply on Thursday. And then the stock 600 closed 1.3% down. And then tech stocks fell 2.3%. So will this transition over to the U.S. markets? I think we're seeing it I think we're seeing it already. And so, you know, on this whole recession narrative that people are either getting behind or pushing back on, I think it is more of an indicator that we are into a recession. You know, I was listening to a bunch of different podcasts and different YouTube channels, and people are like, they got this idea that if everybody believes a recession is coming, it's not going to happen because people are going to get ready for it, and that, you know, they're going to. You get what I'm saying? You know, like,
what?
Here's the thing.
Okay, let's say you think a recession is coming. What are you going to do? Stop spending money?
You're not gonna sell off your stuff now. Or,
Why would you not sell off your stuff now if you think a recession is coming? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm just telling you what I was
The way
watching.
you prepare for a recession is you get cash strong, you move your money out of assets like equities, and you move them into bonds. And if that was happening, then we'd already be in a recession anyway. So what's the difference?
Well, we are in this recession.
That's what I'm saying. But
here's the thing.
Theory makes
but
zero sense.
there is a little premise to it. So if everybody adamantly believes, like just say polar opposite, that we're going to have this big bull run and that the bull run's going to end soon. Say the bull run's on the horizon, say 2 months out. Then you're going to start selling now because you're not going to time it perfectly. Take your profits now. Okay. And then that's going to, in turn, create a crash afterwards. So the market kind of does opposite of what you wanted to do. It's basically where I'm getting at. So you think it's going to bull run. People start acting appropriately early to prevent this. And then, in turn, they just shift the whole paradigm. So the idea is if everybody thinks we're in a recession, they're going to be buying because this is the bottom and, the recession's coming. And then, I'll say, anyways. But then I got a new idea. Want to know what a new idea is?
Oh, God. What?
So, what if instead of us having a recession, we go straight into a depression, bro? We just straight super crash.
Well,
and we surprise everybody by over surprising them. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing you got to think about.
Great idea.
People talk about 100
I'm kind of being funny here, but I'm being serious, though, honestly.
Look, there's things called 100-year cycles. You believe in 100-year cycles? Right? The Spanish flu, 1918, the pandemic,
if you have a strong white rice diet and lean meats, you can do 100 years easy.
Wow, okay. And then we had the Great Depression in the late 20s and early 30s, and guess what? We're in the early 20s, and we're moving into the 30s. So I can definitely see that happening. And here's the thing. Is we're in such a position where if you do one thing to try to bring something else down like inflation, you're ruining another sector of the economy. So it's a lose-lose. They're in a spot where, for me, it's like, we're going there. There's no way around it, right? Can't print money. You can't stimulate the economy. You got to bring interest rates down. Inflation, gas is high. So just speed up the process. Let's get through it. And, stop making it worse. Right?
That's right.
So, instead of doing this half-point basis hike, just do a full 3% and call it a day.
So, just take the markets at once, and we'll figure it out later. That's why you're not in charge of the Fed. Now, so taking a look back here at my articles, I do have the weekly jobless claims came in. We are at over 250,000, or no, right at 250,000, basically, for the jobless claims, which... But
wait, I thought the government was telling us the employment sector was strong. What happened?
It is strong.
Yeah. It's at 229,000.
The thing is, man,
less strong.
You know what people do is they take the numbers, they wanna dress up nice and sexy to make themselves to pat themselves on the back. And they're like, hey, this is a strong vote for me in re-election. So. But realistically, we were estimating that we're going to have 210,000 jobless claims. Overshot that number by about 10% almost. So up a lot higher than expected. We had Target having tons of extra inventory. The clearance section at Target is now going to be jam-packed, full of deals. So rush down to your Target because the economy says so. Taking a look at one other story here. Did you know what Biden's doing here? Instead of working on the economy, he is requiring electric vehicle charging stations every 50 miles on federal highways. This is of grave importance.
I mean, long term it is, right? Because imagine if we were ahead of the curve instead of behind the curve for once, and let's say 50% of people had electric vehicles, gas prices would not be nearly as high. So I think it's needed, but
you're in favor of this, huh?
I mean, eventually, you don't think everything's going to be electric, digital? I mean, no, but at least.
Well, the thing is like if you're gonna go cross country in a Tesla, you gotta plan that thing out. There's no get in your car and just winging it.
Well, actually, they tell you when you.
But that's what I'm saying. At least your computer plans it out for you.
Yeah.
And this way, you know, if you feel comfortable just taking a road trip, and you know you want to take the I-95 up instead of whatever path, you know, you don't need to like go and double check and make sure there's a charging station if it's, you know it's there. Funny story, man. So getting back on inflation, guess what other homie here is increasing his rates? Snoop Dogg gives his full-time blunt roller a raise amid inflation. Such an idiot. So he has been quoted saying their salary went up. So not only is it your blue-collar workers, but also your full-time. I will get into that. Your full-time blunt roller also has a pay raise. So inflation hits every sector. Nobody is safe, ladies and gentlemen. So Snoop Dogg was asked if he specifically hired someone to roll blunts for him. The musician did not hesitate to confirm. He said, that's his job, J-O-B, his occupation. On his resume, it says, what do you do? I'm a blunt roller. PBR, professional blunt roller, he posted. So he has a salary of $40,000 to $50,000 a year.
That's it.
Which is your median salary. I mean, I would assume that there is probably not as much demand, and the job field is probably ripe with experience. I'll just put it that way. So
where can I take a college course on this, guys? I'm looking to make an extra.
I think he's underpaid.
You think he's underpaid?
I think he's underpaid.
Working for him?
Yeah, probably.
That is
For somebody else, maybe.
come on, Snoop Dogg.
I don't know.
I mean, this is a man that's
got a lot of
supplying
money, bro.
all of your all of your blunts.
That shirt right there is probably like $20K. I'm
think
just
so?
saying, man. Don't get all cheap on us now, Snoop. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. That's all I got, brother.
That's all you
I'll
got.
send it off to you.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to send it off to Rocco for the hot take.
Let's go.
It's hot.
All right. So our hot take today, we're going to show you a quick article. So Jack Dorsey and Jay-Z, a.k.a. Sean Carter, announced a Bitcoin Academy in Brooklyn, New York. Jack Dorsey and Jay-Z have partnered to fund the Bitcoin Academy to provide financial education and empowerment to the community in which Jay-Z grew up. This educational program will take place in Brooklyn, New York for Marcy House residents with the intention of providing the community with the necessary tools to achieve financial independence, inclusion, and literacy in the place that Jay-Z grew up. Jack Dorsey said, quote, courses are free to all Marcy residents, including kids. And to make it even easier, we're providing devices and data plans for all who need it. Classes in session from June 22nd through September 7th. And all the classes will be either in person or online. And if you want to do the twice weekly in-person class, they will also provide you with dinner. So the hot take is this. Will we see...
Huh?
Yeah. Will we see more Bitcoin academies across the country?
You know, the Marcy projects, that's if you saw Jay-Z's early videos where he has like the apartment complexes behind him, that's Marcy projects.
Well, I think it was on his album cover, Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, he was on one of his album covers.
You a Jay-Z fan, Ronnie? Jay-Z or Nas? Tupac or Biggie?
Pac, man.
My dude. Yes, my boy. Robin, Tupac or Biggie? Aerosmith. That wasn't an option, Robin. Anyways, go ahead.
No, I don't listen to no damn Aerosmith. Get out of here with your country
Rocco,
ass.
Tupac or Andrea Botticelli?
Botticelli.
Rocco, I love you, man. All right. So, Robin,
K-pop.
will we see more Bitcoin academies across the country? I'll go first. No, we won't. They don't even teach us about our own financial
Why
system.
you ask me a question?
Because I was like, I'm going to go first on this one.
Okay.
They don't teach us about credit. They don't teach us about credit cards. They don't teach us about the monetary system. They don't teach us about how to pay bills. And nothing. They don't teach us shit. You know what they teach us? The Pythagorean theorem. When was the last time you used the Pythagorean theorem? Do you even know what the Pythagorean theorem is?
You should use it in your TA.
A
Your
squared
triangles
plus
is
B squared equals
all
C
janky.
squared.
Every day when I make a spaghetti.
Seriously, though, do I think they should? Absolutely. It shouldn't be just a Bitcoin one. It should be a financial one to include digital assets, to include blockchain. But the thing is, the dumber you keep people, the better off the country is. It's the sad truth. People start questioning. People actually understand money, understand economics. Then they'll actually start questioning the politicians. They'll start questioning the bills they put forward. And that's not good for them, right? For them, they don't even read the bills they sign, right? So Should they? Yes. Will they? I highly doubt it, unless it's privatized like what Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey are doing. But not everyone is as generous, right? You got people like LeBron James who build hospitals and schools in their hometowns. You got people like Jay-Z who create a resource like this for people that are struggling financially in where he grew up. But not everyone's got a wallet they're willing to open to their community or to people. So should they? Yes. Will they? Probably not. Robin?
Yeah, I guess you could probably have. You're going to probably have a few more private individuals funding education when it comes to not only just general finance but also Bitcoin. What I don't understand is that in grade school, in high school, middle school, I don't understand why you're taught how to survive. Right? Essentially, that's what school's for. You learn how to survive.
How do they teach you how to survive? We're talking about like high school, right?
In society.
How?
They provide you knowledge so that way you can achieve your career.
Teach you knowledge on what? What have you learned in high school that you use today?
Okay, where are you going? Do you not believe in school?
I'm just saying. You're saying they teach you how to survive. How do they teach you how to survive?
Okay, so will you get far in life with zero school, no elementary, no middle, no parent upbringing? Like, well, okay, then yes. Okay.
When he knows he's wrong, that's what he does. He brings in.
So you're telling me I'm wrong that school teaches an individual how to survive? That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying. Give me an example. What do they teach you how to survive?
They teach you how to read. They teach you how to write. They teach you physical education. They teach you how to do mathematics. How to achieve a goal. How to do homework and be accountable for your grades. How to show up on time for school. I mean. What did you do in school, bro? I mean, I'm just curious here.
I played football, bro.
I didn't go to school.
I was an athlete.
Anyways.
I was an athlete. What were you? Choir club?
Bro, you've asked me 2 questions, and both times you just poo-pooed all over my answer here. And I literally, all I said was,
they teach you how to
school
survive.
Good. You're like, what?
No, you said they teach you how to survive. I just said give me examples. That's it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
School will prepare you for the future and how to navigate through society. Is that a better answer for you, David? So Now, here's the thing. So you learn how to fit into society, and essentially you learn how to make it in today's world. And so as you see different things pop up, you see more focus on that in school. So in the internet age, you integrated computers and you started learning about computer science and technology in school because that was what was relevant at the time. And so I don't understand why we don't teach finance in school. It's not mandatory. For me, I think it should be an integral part of education because it's such an integral part of your life when you go out into the world. And so at minimum, even if you don't care about blockchain, at least make someone understand checking account, balance, your finances, money in, money out, Rob, maybe how an interest works, maybe explain how a credit card works.
Let me ask you a question, Rob.
What's up?
Would you be in favor? What if they said, okay, we'll put a financial literacy class, but we got to replace it. We got to replace physical education with financial literacy. Would you be in favor?
No, I think physical education is very important. I think especially
Do you remember what you did during your physical education class? You want to know what I did? I walked in there. My teacher said, all right, gym's open. You want to work out? Go ahead. You want to do your homework from your other class? Go ahead. I don't really care. And you know what I got at the end of the year? An A.
Good job, man.
What about you? How did they do it down in Norfolk, Virginia?
I don't know, man.
You don't remember. You remember your physical ed days, bro?
I played football, man.
I
was not in PE.
So...
Yeah.
But if you had PE class, you didn't really have it. They didn't require you to do anything.
I would always see those guys sitting on the bench.
It was a free-for-all. Like, do whatever you want, right? That's what I'm saying.
Some of them were sitting there eating sandwiches.
Here's the thing. Like, perhaps maybe a little less focus on, say, history. I'm not downplaying the importance of history. But the fact that you have a history class for a certain block or a certain time period every single day, I don't know, man. I think first of all, your cooking and how to feed yourself and nutrition should be a little bit bigger part of school because, I come from a restaurant background, and the fact that people don't know how to cook for themselves is sad. That you can't provide nutrition for your own self in this growing age, especially you, David. And
Knew that was coming. That's why I looked at it.
But on top of that, I think that should be. But why not have some financial education, and why not start with just an overview of everything? Explain how the federal government works and the issuance of bonds, as an example, how the structure of the government. You learn about politics. You learn about Congress.
Lawyers will go out of business.
But you exactly. You learn about politics growing up. Why not learn about? So you're already learning about the government. Why not learn about the monetary side? And why not learn about how people get into debt? Interest rates, credit card things. Even bankruptcy, honestly. I mean, I feel like
they don't want us to, bro.
Yeah, I truly believe that, though.
Country with citizens that are knowledgeable on how the monetary system works, man, there would be upheaval.
So real quick, I do want to give a couple shout outs. We got DJ Karma back in the house. Welcome back. Big D up in here as well. And then Nordy up in here. Now, we did reach 32 viewers in the chat today.
30, I think 37 or 38 is the number.
No, it's 30. It was 33 last time, so we'll do 35. So when we get to 35 people in the chat,
it was whatever the last highest one was.
35.
It was 38. I promise you, it was 38.
When we get to 35 people in the chat, we're going to open up the club. If you're not familiar with the club here in Las Vegas, we do a couple things better than any other city. 1, gamble. 2, nightclubs. 3, crypto shows. Now, so when we reach 35 people in the chat, we will open up the club, have a Vegas party. We used to give away stuff, but then YouTube told us, don't do that no more.
Yeah.
So, what else? That's it for the hot take, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking points. Let's go.
Talking points. So, if you haven't figured it out, the biggest news is Jamaica. They just became the first country to legalize CBDC as legal tender. So, Rocco, thank you, sir. Jamaica becomes first country to make a CBDC legal tender. If you're not familiar with what a CBDC is, think of a stable coin, but issued by the country's central bank. The Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, has legalized its CBDC in a move to provide an alternative to its cash-based economy. Jamaica Digital Exchange, or JAMDEX, officially will launch for domestic use later this month.
Well, this is the most badass name for an exchange,
JAMDEX.
right? I mean, tell me Jamaica be doing things right, bro.
Man, have you ever been to Jamaica?
No.
I want to go. Ronnie, you ever been to Jamaica? Not yet. Rocco, you ever been to Jamaica?
No, I did not.
Who's been to Jamaica? Put a 1 in the chat if you've been to Jamaica. Thank you. We got a new member, Rob. Rob Ledoux.
Big Rob. That's
one big Rob.
It is right. I've seen him commenting on some of our videos, so he's watched some stuff before. But anyways, Rob, welcome to the live stream. Hola!
He says he likes why we challenge each other. Well, let me tell you a quick story, my friend. The only reason this Sin City Crypto even exists because Robin approached me and said, hey, you argue with me a lot. You want to start a crypto channel? I said, hell yeah, brother. Yeah. So we try to give two sides. Redman is here. Yes, our newest member. Redman, welcome, my friend.
A little member shout out. My boy here.
And he's a local, too. He lives in Summerlin.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So awesome, man. Welcome, my friend. Thanks for being a member of our show. All right. So continue on the article. The digital Jamaican dollar, quote, offers a more secure, convenient alternative to physical notes and coins and can be used without a bank account. I think that's very important. Can be used without a bank account. You can use this to settle any debt in Jamaica. It is a medium of exchange. It is a medium of account. Robin, thoughts?
We're in the right direction. I don't know, okay, so there's so much pushback about a government controlling the monetary system through blockchain. And the reason I say that, if you're not well-versed in CBDCs, it's a central bank digital currency. And the reason this is even a sensitive subject is for the fact that blockchain is transparent. You can see all the transactions. Everybody can kind of follow you around. And so if you have a digital currency that's issued by your government or your nation state, then at that point, everything's out there for anybody to see. So any government agency can take a look and be like, all right, what are you spending your money on? Or better yet, they could be like, hey, we don't want you to spend your money on this. I've heard things comparable, like, hey, if I give you, instead of giving you food stamps, I can just give you CBDCs. I can give you, say, $500 in cash, but I will restrict you for only buying groceries with that money. But what comes is a little bit more scarier side of that is that if I say, hey, I don't want you buying alcohol with that, so you can't buy alcohol. I'm not talking about the welfare or whatever. I'm just talking about just your normal general person. Like the state's like, hey, you know what? We don't agree with abortion in your state. We're not going to let you pay for an abortion with that. Anyways, it can basically go into an all-reaching government policy where if the government doesn't want you to spend money on something, they can basically enact that. And whatever sensitive subject or whatever it is, they could theoretically stop you from doing that. Not to mention that everything is public. And they can just see everywhere you go. So you go to the grocery store, you go get some ice cream, you go to the movie theaters, they can follow you around everywhere you go. Now, is that something you want? It's not anything I want. Is that something you want, David?
No.
Exactly.
And here's the thing. What people don't realize is like 98 or like 95 to 98% of the world's money is digital. So we're almost there. The thing is, though, when you go to a when you swipe your debit card, right, or your credit card, they can still see where you're spending your money.
But this is the banks that do that. So
right, and
theoretically,
to your point,
theoretically, in the U.S., you would have to get a subpoena or a warrant to go to the bank to access bank records.
That's a good point.
Now here, this is all done. This is all literally,
it's all there.
Your congressman's all
yeah.
like, you can literally look up by jurisdiction, like where are my voters?
Listen, bro,
hanging out?
They got cameras at every single intersection. They got cameras at every single. I wouldn't be surprised. All the people that have home security cameras, myself included, doorbell cameras. I wouldn't be surprised they got access to tap into those too. I'm just saying, man.
So some people have put in different models, different CBDC models. And there's been some senators or governors or congressmen that have proposed that we have a central bank digital currency that flows in between the U.S. federal bank or the Fed,
The central,
that go from there to the to your branch banks. So let's just say instead of issuing bonds in an extremely old, outdated system that makes no damn sense, it takes forever to transact, that has to go on a ledger that is kept somewhere in some New York building. Anyways, why not just transfer this easily, seamlessly, and instantaneously through blockchain from the Fed to the banks, and then it all be transparent as well for the public? So that way I can say, if you're curious, like, are we printing a ton of money? Yes, we can just instantaneously look at that instead of doing audits. Do you think
if the U.S. came out with a CBDC, there would be a cap on the supply?
Hell no. Boy, that'd be the most doo-doo coin out there, man. Put George Washington's face, call it Georgia on Mars. You know what I'm saying? Georgia on Mars.
I don't, man.
The inflation on that thing would be running rampant. Circulating supply would be so many zeros on that thing.
Just have banks adopt one or two stable coins that are already functional. Like, it's all about power. When it comes to government, it's all about power. And for them, creating their own CBDC is about power. Now, I'm not familiar with the government of Jamaica or what kind of government they have or how their leaders are. But for countries that have less to lose and their citizens have less to lose, I think they'll be more willing to accept it with open arms. Countries like us, we're very spoiled. We'll fight back.
It's the move in the right direction. So, I kind of laid out, the negatives or, the advantages that certain regimes can take. Like, obviously, if China's rolling out a CBDC, they're going to keep tabs on everybody.
They kind of did.
Yeah, they did. Well, I mean, it's not like legal tender, like full rollout. It's, right. I mean, it's available.
It's a Solana. It's in beta.
Ooh. So
bad.
But with the negatives rolled out, there are obviously it's more efficient, it's faster, it's transparent. So there are a lot of benefits to it. You just have to take the benefits and then put certain measures in place. You know, have security aspects to it. So, you know, theoretically, you could have a CBDC that, without a private key, for example, won't give up the data of your personal transactions. So let's say that the U.S. government issues out CBDCs and they put a privacy feature on there. And with a court order, for example, they could access it. But without a court order, they would have to ask for your permission. And I think that's the direction that we will go eventually. And I think this thing will get adopted by every single country out there. I think it just makes sense to transact in this way that's transparent and fast. And that's the direction we're going. But there's going to be some road. There's going to be some bumpy road in the process. And I think people are going to take advantage of the transparency and the tracking ways and the data management.
So there's two different bumpy roads. There's the bumps in the road that have the bright yellow markings on them where you see them, and there's the ones that don't, and then you just run over and then
potholes.
No, yeah, kind of. And after the fact, you're like, shit, I just broke my car. Those are going to be the speed bumps that are in place. The ones we have no idea until we get there, we cross over, and what the hell just happened? It's too late. That was a good analogy, wasn't it?
Terrible analogy.
You suck, man. I hate you. Go ahead. Always, bro. You too, bro? You're fired. Ronnie, we're hiring. You looking for a job, my man? Want to move to Vegas? My man. All right. You think about it, all right? Offer a stance. Look, I think we can all agree this is where we are headed. Just how are we going to get there? So I don't know about you guys. I am not in favor of a CBDC here in the U.S. For countries that have a lot less to lose, that are
for the citizens. I like the infrastructure, but I don't know.
Can't trust them.
Yeah.
Can't trust these governments. All right, let's move on. Seems like Russia has no idea what the hell they want to do. I believe it was a few weeks ago. They wanted to take Bitcoin for their goods and services. And now a bill to ban digital assets as payment has been introduced in the Russian parliament.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Does look like him, doesn't it?
Which is from Austria. I don't know even
Yeah,
read
Austria.
that.
Yeah, that's right.
Say parliament? What is
Parliament.
it? You-
Russian parliament.
Parliament?
Yeah.
That's the right way to spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Parliament, yeah.
Parliament.
But whatever you say, however you pronounce it, as long as it's got the Italian accent behind it, it's going to be fine, bro.
I like it. Parliament.
Parliamente. Russian legislators have been preparing measures to fully institutionalize crypto as a properly taxable investment asset and a possible tool for foreign trade in Russia. Now, they want to make clear that the upcoming regulatory turn won't include any windows for adopting digital financial products as a payments method. This is a quote from Anatoly Aksakov, the head of Financial Markets Committee of the Russian Parliament's lower chamber. The ruble is the official monetary unit of the Russian Federation. The aforementioned article sets a prohibition against the introduction of other monetary units or monetary surrogates on the territory of the Russian Federation. Robin, what is Russia doing, bro? Russia?
Well,
What the hell is wrong with you?
this is what they're doing. They are testing the waters when it comes to using blockchain technology and a Bitcoin, as an example, as a form of payment between nation states. So, hey, I want to sell you oil, but yet all these sanctions make it extremely difficult because it can't price it in dollars, which is the standard. So why not sell it in a digital currency? Now, at the same time, you don't want to lose your grasp on the current monetary policy. You don't want to completely collapse the ruble, which is already
I was going to say,
falling.
that thing's already collapsed, bro.
So, yeah, you don't want to make it collapse anymore. So obviously you're seeing people adventure into new systems, Bitcoin to be specific, as far as the citizens. Now, the government wants it both ways. They're like, hey, we might expand and use this as a means of trade to circumvent sanctions. But at the same time, we want to preserve the wealth that we have in our own currency. So we're going to prohibit transactions. And so that's why you're seeing two sides of the coin here. It's just whatever's in the best interest for the nation at the moment, I think, is what they're getting behind. And so citizens, nah, ourselves, as far as the institutions and the politicians when it comes to trade and circumventing sanctions. Let's explore that. So that's my opinion on why you're seeing two different sides on this subject.
But
pardon me, we get to 35.
We got a 35?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Studio
when
Cam.
did we get
Let's
to
go,
35?
baby. Yeah! Open up the club, baby.
Man, where's DJ Karma at?
What you laughing at, bro?
With this,
What you laughing at?
Now I'm starting to, before I look over, I'm like, what am I going to see right now?
And boom, it's your boy, Big
Oh,
Rob, back in
man.
the house.
All right.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, we opened the club because we like to celebrate our channel growing because we used to have 1, 2, 0 viewers in the chat. And so as our community grows, we bump up the threshold from 5 to 10 to 20. Now we're at 35. So hopefully tomorrow we're going to set the club. What are we setting the club at tomorrow? 40? Want to do the big 4-0?
40.
All right. So let's see if we can get
I mean,
to
you are turning 40 tomorrow, right?
no, not quite.
My bad.
November.
You're hella old, bro.
I'm old.
Just kidding. Where's Chili Willy?
Big Chili Willy.
Chili Willy. All right. Anyways.
Got
280. Not a 180, but a 280.
Teacher. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. There you go.
Did you say teacher?
Was it?
Read it again.
Oh, Trencher. Trencher, what's up? How you doing?
almost.
This man literally has a speech impediment. Or
It's
reading,
a read
reading
impediment.
disability.
Read impediment. My speech is great.
I just
Sometimes I won't shut up.
from now on, will you throw out a disclaimer before you welcome anyone? Just say, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. It's not on purpose. Hola! And then you can say it that way. If they're first time here, like this guy can't even say my name right. It's disrespectful, bro. Apologize to Trencher, please.
My bad.
My boy. Proud of you, Robin. You've grown up right in front of my eyes. Anyways, yeah. What I was going to say is it doesn't matter what the lower chamber or the upper chamber or the middle chamber or the sideways chamber of the parliament says. At the end of the day, it's whatever Mr. Putin wants. He wants to accept crypto as payment, then that's what they're going to do. It does not matter. So to me, this is whatever. Yeah. Next up, big news making waves. Ethereum Layer 2 solution Optimism loses 20 million tokens in inner layer snafu. This is funny. I mean, it's messed up for the people who lost money, but it's funny how it happened. The company behind the Ethereum scaling protocol announced today that in preparing to launch a native OP token for the Optimism Collective DAO, it accidentally sent 20 million tokens to the wrong address.
Can we get like a uh-oh like sound effect?
Yeah.
Like, uh-oh.
That's good.
I'm going to get it down.
The error resulted in the theft of all 20 million tokens by a hacker. In the case of the Optimism transaction, the 20 million tokens were sent to Wintermute's Ethereum Layer 1 address. But because that address had not been deployed or synced to an Optimism L2 address, the funds were left floating, inaccessible on the Layer 1. Now, Wintermute came out. They took full responsibility for the error when it was discovered. They also told the Optimism Foundation that the funds were potentially retrievable through a high-risk one-time operation. They also insisted that the funds were nonetheless secured. No one external could access them. What that turned out to be false. Within 24 hours of Wintermute saying what they said, an anonymous hacker seized all 20 million of the OP tokens from the ETH address. And this is what Wintermute said. This is the funny part too. The way the attack has been performed has been rather impressive. And we can even consider consulting opportunities or other forms of cooperation in the future. Essentially offering them employment. So, Robin? Like, what the hell, dude? What the hell? Before you send $20 million of tokens, or was it 20 million tokens or $20 million?
20 million token.
20 million tokens. Before you send 20 million tokens, I don't know about you. When I send $500, I always send a little a test one. I make sure I read it 7 different times. And then here we're talking about 20 million tokens, and you're literally sending it to a layer 1 address versus a layer 2 address. What the hell, Robin?
Like, why isn't there safeguards in place? Like, you're building a network
This
that has
just launched.
billions. You're building a network that has billions of dollars in it. And you want these things to grow into multi-billion-dollar platforms, trillion-dollar platforms. I mean, we all can kind of agree that if you fast forward 10, 20 years, you're going to have a $1 trillion market cap on Ethereum, right? Probably way sooner than that. But I think we all see the road that Ethereum is on, and it's going to grow exponentially. And if you're going to be responsible for that amount of money, I'm talking about like straight up top 50 nation states worth of GDP, trillions of dollars, you need to have some culpability, some responsibility to make sure that you got checks and balances in place. Because right now, yeah, I get it. You just rolled out.
The price of OP 5 days ago was $1.63.
Yeah, because, I mean, at some point, you know, you're going to have
$4.50. May 31st. That's when it happened. $4.50.
You're going to have
It's $100 million.
Yeah.
You just
But the scary thing is that right now it's 100 million. And think about it. In a year from now, with the evolution of Ethereum and one of their biggest projects, how much value do you think it's going to have, especially in the next bull run? And so these mistakes can't happen. I mean, we see what happens when you have mistakes in the Terra Luna chain. You see what happens when you have mistakes when it came to Axie Infinity and the Ronin. You see what happens. People lose their life savings. Companies go out of business, and people are fundamentally hurt permanently. And it's not okay. And I don't understand how such a big project launching on the second biggest project, basically Ethereum's baby, basically their little brainchild of the staking, and this happens. Like, it makes no sense to me, man.
It's especially when you know that blockchain is immutable. You can't reverse transactions. Like, what the hell? What are you doing?
And then everybody gives Cardano grief for making sure they test everything,
right?
So nothing.
Now, Wintermute did say that they would purchase, as part of accepting responsibility, Wintermute has committed to buying back all tokens sold by the hacker. Problem is, the hacker only sold $1 million tokens, and the 19 million are still out there. Which, you know what's going to happen? Tornado Cash, ETH, Bitcoin. So, yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways,
it's disturbing, man.
very disturbing. Take your time,
you know,
man. It's a lot of money.
But you know what? I think a lot of people were expecting that to move the price of Ethereum. Really didn't. I mean, Ethereum's still holding strong, and that was kind of the big FUD, right?
Well,
Ethereum's going to collapse because
here's one take I heard on the whole Ethereum is that someone was comparing the price of Ethereum to Bitcoin. Ethereum's been down. The price relative to Bitcoin,
that's all
been
altcoins.
moving down.
That's the entire cryptocurrency space. Now, I know that's what you heard, but it's fascinating people's arguments or narratives. Like, cryptocurrency is such a wide spectrum. There's so many different companies using it. There's so many different chains. There's so many different partnerships, nation states, CBDCs. And we can sit here and do a show Monday through Friday for 2 hours. And literally will not cover all of our articles every time we do this show.
Right.
And so for somebody to sit here and say and compare Ethereum's movement to Bitcoin and saying it's a crap project and be like, well, Bitcoin's outperforming it. It's just lazy, bro. It's lazy because you don't want to go put in the work to find something to talk about. So you're just going to go. It's like if you have a sports show and you talk about who's the greatest, LeBron or Jordan, every show. It's like, come on, man. Like, we get it. When you run out of info, you can always fall back to that one. But, like, let's not be lazy.
Amen. Stop being lazy.
LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan, bro. What the hell? Now ask me Jordan or Kobe.
Yeah.
Better back up, bro. Relax, man. We're just starting to like you, all right? Kobe's a GOAT, bro.
Definitely Jordan, man. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, man. Kobe.
You do not want to go down this road with me. I
Kobe
swear
was
to God.
one of my heroes.
You be
but
careful. Be careful.
You can't.
I cried for 2 days when that man passed away.
Resume compared to resume,
Yeah,
Jordan.
man.
I mean, I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to discount the man's legacy by any means, but I mean, if you're gonna go GOAT status,
Bro,
man, you gotta.
Kobe won 2 chips with Pau Gasol as his next best player. Jordan had Pippen alongside him every single time. He had Tony Kukoc. What's up?
We really doing this?
Well, that's all I got. I'm not. It's not a basketball show or a crypto show, but
Come on,
anyways.
man. 6-0. Should have been 8-0.
6-0. Okay.
How many finals has your boy LeBron been to, man? You know. And not in the championship that LeBron won in 2020, he was not the scoring leader like Jordan was, but he was the assist leader.
But his
And
3-1 comeback was
that speaks volume to LeBron because at face value he might not seem like the GOAT, but he's the biggest team player and he willed his teams to get into the finals every damn year.
LeBron will go down as the best all-around player to ever play. I mean, the guy's going to finish probably number 1 in points, top 5 in assists, and top 5 in rebounds. So, how do you, right? Best all-around player. Anyways, next article. Anchor Dev claims he warned Do Kwon over unsustainable 20% interest rate. Anchor Protocol was originally designed to offer interest of 3.6%, but this was dialed up to 20% just a week before release to attract more investors, a core developer alleged in an interview with Korean media outlet JTBC. He said, or he or she said, or Mr. He said, I did not know that this would go out with such a high interest rate, set to 20% just a week before the release. I thought it was going to collapse from the beginning, but it collapsed 100%. Just before the release, I suggested to the CEO, Do Kwon, that the interest rate should be lowered, but it was not accepted. We're going to hear more and more of these stories, people coming forward, and it's for 2 reasons. One reason,
they want to be right. Be like, I told you so.
No,
like,
no.
Shut up.
Ethically, it's something they're like, man, I got to say this stuff. 2, law enforcement is breathing down their necks, everyone. So they're trying to get in front of it. But it does not surprise me. Someone like Do Kwon, such an arrogant, self-centered narcissist, to completely, and that was what I was saying, is when we had that argument about people were pointing out the flaw in your stabilizing mechanism, and you shat on them, and you said tons of people say this and that. And here you go. One of the developers was telling him, I'm sure he didn't just say no. He was like, no, you're an idiot. You're stupid. You're words that would get us canceled. So, yeah.
Well, boy, D-Fib up in here.
D-Fib, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
So yeah, what do you think, Robin? Are you surprised?
Well, okay, here's the thing. In hindsight, everything
is this negligence on the part of Do Kwon?
In hindsight, everything's a little clearer, right? Especially when things go wrong. You get in a car crash, you look in hindsight like, well, maybe I should have, looked over my shoulder. Everything's always a little bit more transparent in hindsight. And with that said, why the hell wouldn't you put up a lockup period on a 20% interest rate? Like, here's the thing. Like, you're going to give 20% staking rewards on tokens. What is going to happen when you ratchet that down? And that was the first domino that fell in the collapse of Terra Luna. It went from 20%. What did they ratchet it down to, like 15 or something?
No, I don't think it ever got under 18.
Well, whatever it was, they lowered it. They lowered it to less than 20%. I don't know the exact number, but they lowered it down, and that was the first domino. So people started pulling out their money. And when you have such high interest rates, that people are just simply going there because of the interest rate. And you got to think logically, what happens when I lower it? All the people that FOMO'd into it because of the high interest rate, if you take it away, the same will happen. People will FOMO out. And when the premise of your token is to tame volatility and have a stable coin.
Here's the other thing where they messed up big time is they decide to lower the interest rate at the same time they take liquidity away from their 3 pool and create a new 4 pool.
Oh yeah, it's in the same way. Like you look at the sinking of the Titanic, and it wasn't one fault. It wasn't one thing that sunk the Titanic. It was a list of failures, and you can look at history when it comes to Titanic failures, when it comes to economic collapse, when you look at a company going under, or just something that is just extremely mainstream, is like, how did this happen? There's always multiple points of failure. The Fukushima plant, or all those meltdowns.
Oh yeah,
and those nuclear power plants, like the Chernobyl. Like these are all like big events that had multiple points of failure. Same can be said with a financial product. When you have a blockchain ecosystem that is damn near worth, what was it, like $100 billion?
No. It was
between UST.
No, it was about 60. 60. You had about 40 on Terra and about 18 to 20 on UST.
So either way, massive amount
That's a lot of money.
Of value locked up into that protocol. And there was so many different points of failure, and in hindsight you can be like, well, that was one thing, but the interest amount, the 20% was you agree that's probably what started it all.
I mean,
because first of all, you had the token increase exponentially.
Yeah,
like you had so many people FOMOing into it that you just had this. You had a project go from very small to gigantic all of a sudden, and then the premise of the algorithmic stablecoin is that it doesn't like volatility. And what happens when a roller coaster goes straight up? It goes straight down. It's super volatility. So
I mean, you got to think of it this way: the faster a bubble expands, the bigger the pop's going to be. So, Not surprised. We will see more news coming out of the situation, as more and more people come forward, as more and more law enforcement from not just the U.S., but South Korea as well. And moving on, Madison Cawthorn, which is a congressman from North Carolina, failed to properly disclose up to $950,000 in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana trades. A new financial disclosure from Representative Madison Cawthorn shows he was late in reporting up to almost $1 million in crypto transactions. This is what Congress has been talking about as far as disclosures. The Stock Act allows members of Congress up to 45 days to disclose stock, bond, and commodity transactions of $1,000 or more. The law was updated by the Committee on Ethics in 2018 to specify members of Congress must include crypto in all their financial disclosures. Cawthorn disclosed a purchase of up to $265K worth of ETH and $250,000 worth of the Let's Go Brandon token, which ended up being a pump and dump. So
that's a congressman that is the wheelchair, right? Is that
I'm not sure.
No, it kind of looks like that. You know which guy I'm talking about?
I'm not sure. If I saw a picture, probably. But here's the thing. Here's the wild chain of events. December 21st, he buys $250K in the Let's Go Brandon coin. On December 29th, he posts an IG picture predicting that token will go to the moon. And then December 30th, it starts skyrocketing. And on the 31st, he sells off. So, I mean, if that ain't a pump and dump, I don't know what is. Right? Is that a pump and dump?
How do you not go to jail for that?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're right. Yeah, you never do. Yeah. You got Uncle Sam's on your side.
At what point are you a congressman? You're like, this
looks like a
this
crook.
Let's Go Brandon token is a great financial decision.
Like a scammer. Kind of looks like Tom Brady.
I was thinking the
Right?
same thing. Yeah, looks like Tom.
Deflating tokens instead of deflating bubbles. You're filming. Just laugh, man. No. He's a Raiders fan.
You're Raiders.
Even though they got my favorite receiver, Devontae Adams, I will go to a game to watch Devontae Adams play. I think it's going to be more than just failing to properly disclose. If they're doing their job, if the judicial system does their job, this man will go on trial or will go to jail for a pump and dump scheme. You have celebrities, same thing. They promote something on their social media. They have a bag, promote it. It goes up, they dump it. It's called a pump and dump. And you have a freaking congressperson doing the same thing. Why are they not facing the same consequences? That's all.
You got friends in the right places.
I know people that know
Who
people.
they employed by? Same people that the judges and the all the other judicial people.
Some good news in the crypto markets. UFC continues its deep dive into cryptocurrency, tapping VeChain as their first official Layer 1 blockchain partner. VeChain's such a cool project. I hate this scrolling thing. VeChain has signed up to be the first official Layer 1 or base layer blockchain partner for mixed martial arts organization UFC. The partnership includes a variety of integrations into UFC live events and original content for its digital and social media channels starting this Saturday. 2 days. The deal was worth nearly $100 million across a minimum 5-year deal period. Under the multi-year agreement, VeChain will have the rights for official UFC fighter rankings, providing visibility across live broadcasts and the UFC's online presence. VeChain will also have a branded presence inside the UFC's Octagon at 42 annual events and the 10-event Dana White Contender Series. Now, if you're not familiar with what VeChain does, mostly enterprise focus. They do a lot of tracking, GPS, stuff like that. So, not surprised. I think this is a good move on part of VeChain and part of UFC. Now, if you remember, UFC did sign a deal worth $170 million with Crypto.com to be their official sponsor of the UFC. So, we saw the Dallas Cowboys bring on, I forget what company it was, but they're their blockchain partner. We're going to see more and more of this. And this is how we get into the mainstream. So, this is good news. Robin?
I mean, what kind of information are they going to get from Chainlink, man? What are they going to like keep track of punches? Like,
No, they can.
I get that, but I'm just saying, like, you're making it sound like they're revolutionary. Like,
They're revolutionizing.
Yeah, like we're gonna measure how much
sweat,
how much tape they use on their hands.
Yes, all these things matter. Hey, some players are super.
Some
fighters are superstitious. They're like, I want to see if I put my left foot forward first when I walk into the ring.
You're over here talking about super bullish and. I'm like, Chainlink partner with UFC. It's a data. It's a data blockchain,
not Chainlink.
A VeChain, yes. Whatever, same thing. Anyways, not really, but
You excited, bro?
I am.
My man.
I'm on vacation.
That's right. All right. You got anything else to add to this before I move on?
What are they going to track, man? That's what I want to know. What are you tracking?
I guess you'll find out. Stay tuned. Over 90% of U.S. businesses accepting crypto see revenue grow. 93% of businesses presently accepting crypto as a payment method report good customer KPIs, including customer base growth, revenue increases, and brand impressions. That's all I had highlighted? Thought I had more highlighted. Anyways, Robin, is this significant in getting other merchants and retailers to see, hey,
okay, I get it. You got the numbers.
let me guess, it's not a big deal.
It's not. Who's really transacting with crypto all the time? I mean, think about it. I mean, it's more of a niche right now, and
More of a meat train?
niche.
Oh, I thought I said meat train.
Meat train? Get out of here,
Meat
bro.
train. I thought you said meat train.
So, it's more of a niche. People are buying and hodling crypto. It's more of a novelty to go out and spend your crypto. You know, there are exceptions. People are out there using crypto every day. But as far as the mainstream population outside of your big crypto junkies and your degens, people
Speaking of
aren't.
Crypto Junkie, where's Crypto Junkie?
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Anyways, go ahead.
So, yeah, I haven't seen Crypto Junkie in a few days. Yeah, I just think it's not. There ain't enough transactions, man. I'm telling you, the companies that are pumping because they're accepting cryptocurrency, in my personal opinion, I don't think they're pumping because of that. I think they're probably pumping because they're more forward-thinking companies that are trying to get ahead of the ball and looking for different revenue streams. I think just that mentality in general bodes well for what our ecosystem is becoming. And if you're stagnant and you got this old business model, like, oh, I'm only going to take Visa, you probably are not updating your shelves with what is trendy and new. And so I think that's the reason that those companies happen to be seeing growth, because they have a different mindset than your traditional companies. I just don't see people going out and spending crypto at Chipotle all day, and all of a sudden you got this big. Have you bought any Chipotle with crypto yet, David?
No, I don't like Chipotle.
You don't?
No.
It's good, man. Yeah. I mean, it's not great, but
I literally...
in the quick service area, they're good. Better than McDonald's and the other fast food. But
I had a Chipotle one time, and I was urinating through areas you shouldn't be urinating through. If you know what I'm saying. All right, let's move on.
Thank you.
Let's move on to some NFT news. Oh man! All right, so this is a tweet by our friend Forrest. If you don't follow Forrest, do yourself a favor. 0x Stacker on Twitter. Blockchains by NFT sales volume, and number one, ETH still king, coming in at over close to $250,000 in sales over the last 7 days, with over 95,000 buyers and 325,000 transactions. Number two is Solana, excuse me, coming in at 27 million in sales. Same amount or more transactions than ETH, but about 30,000 less buyers. And then it is literally just falls off a cliff from there. Number three, Binance Smart Chain, and then Immutable X, Flow, Polygon, Tezos. Avalanche at number 13, only 224 buyers. So
where's Cardano?
That's what I was getting to. Where is ADA?
They have a new marketplace launching.
Yeah, I think. Well, this is ranked by sales.
Yeah.
Right, and so with their token being 60 cents, and you can buy a $50 ADA for an NFT. It's not going to make it. Volume's not there quite yet.
Yeah, but they're
but Immutable X up 1,000% in 7 days on sales.
They omitted Cardano from here. You telling me they haven't had more than $9,000 worth of NFT sales? Look at the bottom one. Phantom $9,000. Yeah, I don't care. They purposely left them out. Cardano should be here, and I don't know what their numbers are, but they have to have at least $9,000 worth of sales. Minimum.
Cardano NFT sales. See if I can find some quick.
I'm telling you, man, it's moving. They have a new NFT exchange coming out.
It's going to take me too long to find it. Anyways, I don't want to waste time, but I will get that information tomorrow, and we'll bring it to you. But ETH is still king. Solana, as far as transactions, is above ETH, but I just don't understand, if you are an NFT creator and you want to launch, why you would launch on anything other than Ethereum. Yes, Solana's cheaper, but look what happened all the time Solana's gone down, right? And there's been times where a big NFT mint was happening on Solana and the network goes down. What do you do then? Like, stop cutting corners. Go with Ethereum, because right now they are the only reliable platform out there. You don't have to worry about the network going down. You don't have to worry about blah, 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 blah.
I did pull up my laptop real quick. So this is the Cardano NFT volume. So in the last 24 hours, this is all real time, 1,600,000 Cardano in volume, which is probably around $1 million, right? Something like that. What's their token at now? 60 cents?
About $1 million.
Yeah. So not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
7,225 transactions in the last 24 hours as well.
That would put him in the...
That was a 7 day.
No, that was 7,000 bought, 7,000 sold. So technically 15,000 transactions at $1 million in volume. So
interesting.
Not the greatest, but definitely should be on the list, because the bottom of that list you showed was $9,000. So
yeah, Phantom. Anyways, let's move on. Salesforce launches a pilot NFT platform but won't support proof-of-work blockchains. So if you're not familiar with Salesforce, they are one of the largest customer management software as a service platforms. Over $25 billion in revenue. Their customer base is absolutely massive.
I see their name everywhere. I don't know what the hell they do.
Okay, so you know CMIs or CM
It's a cloud storage.
cloud
for
storage.
business.
So you know how you have, if you're in sales and you get contacts like this person, it's essentially a CRM, a customer relations manager. You put their info in there and you call them and it automatically says when you called them, what you talked about. So it's a way to keep track of your sales customers, essentially your black book or your book of contact. And they're huge. They're huge. I believe they're the leader in their space. And on Wednesday, they announced the launch of a pilot NFT platform called NFT Cloud, on which users can mint and trade digital assets. Salesforce views the newly launched product as a way to connect to its customers and make, quote, NFT selling more accessible. Adam Kaplan, who's the Senior Vice President of Emerging Technology at Salesforce, said that these digital assets already showed utilities in multiple fields, including retail, media, fashion, and consumer goods.
See, now this would make sense with a VeChain partnership. I'm just saying. UFC, not so much.
The NFT Cloud pilot will not support proof of work, as it sees the consensus mechanism as a major cause of waste and electronic energy. This is huge news. Like I said, $26 billion company.
If you're processing tons of transactions in the forms of NFTs or even data or tracking, I know this is in reference to NFTs, but let's just say you're a big company, you're integrating blockchain technology, specifically NFTs. Why would you use Ethereum or Bitcoin? I mean, those are the two proof of work networks. Right. And so logistically, price-wise, makes no sense. So I feel like this would be an easy cop-out because you're not going to go with proof of work anyways.
Right.
So why not, quote-unquote, be green and make a statement and be like, hey, we don't believe in proof of work because it's a waste of energy. You don't believe in it because you ain't going to make no money using it. Let's be real.
That's a good point. Very good point. All right, last article we're going to talk about, and then we are done. OpenSea pledges to take action on scams and intellectual property infringement. One step OpenSea says it will take to prevent future incidents is to automatically hide suspicious NFT transfers to lower their visibility on individual profile pages. So essentially, suspicious transfers, instead of making them visible so other people can buy it, in turn, the person who's making these suspicious activities won't be able to profit. So they plan on doing that. And they've begun working with key rights holders to build image detection models for automatic takedowns and will expand this work tremendously in the coming months. And the third measure it has put in place is creating a moderation team, as well as adding auto detection methods for copyright issues and other vectors of fraud. Now listen, if we can get a copyright claim on one of our videos for 2-second audio in a matter of 5 minutes, you can do the same thing, OpenSea. You've made a ton of money. You've made enough money to feed your grandchildren's grandchildren. And so the NFT marketplace is a complete scam shit show right now. And you are the leader. Step up to the plate and do something. Spend some of that money you're making. Robin?
You know what I think is funny is read that sentence there.
Which one?
Take to prevent future incidents from automatically hiding
to automatically
hide suspicious NFT transfers. Why not just automatically stop? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, hey man, you know what we're gonna do? If people are getting compromised and their stuff's getting stolen, we're just gonna not make it mainstream so it doesn't pop up on a news article. That's how I take it. Now I understand what you're saying because somebody sees an exploit. If they can also exploit the same exploit, they're gonna do the same thing. I get that, but I feel like they're just like, hey, nothing to see here. We messed up.
Well, it's more like
because it exploits a mess up, right? For the most part.
Well, here's the thing. The whole idea behind that first thing you're talking about is if I steal an NFT from you and I'm obviously gonna go to sell it, they're going to make that not visible. So if Ronnie's going on OpenSea to buy an NFT, he's not going to see that want to buy it. So the hacker won't be able to sell that NFT and make money, and eventually it'll help them catch him. So it makes sense, but I agree. They should be doing more.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they shouldn't implement it. I'm just saying if they're implementing safeguards to hide transactions that are exploits, or hide transactions that are obviously hacks or thefts, then you should be doing more than just hiding those transactions. That's where I'm getting at. And I think at face value, I don't care what you say. At face value, they're hiding it because they don't want it to be front and center. And if somebody's getting exploited, we've seen article after article and story after story of OpenSea failing to protect its consumers and leaving the door wide open for exploits. And I think they're just trying to ratchet this PR thing down and be like, hey, let's just hide these things so that way people don't talk about them as much or it's not as visible.
We'll see if they actually do anything. But like I said, they've made a ton of money. Spend some of it. All right, we are done with our talking points. We are now moving on to the final segment of our show, our market analysis. Right. Let's take a look at where the markets are. We are currently sitting at $1.24 trillion in overall market cap. Volume is down. But there's a big move coming. Upside, downside, we'll talk about it. Under 60 billion for overall 24-hour volume, very low. Bitcoin dominance dropping it down to 46.3%. ETH sitting at 17.5. Last time we checked, Bitcoin was at 30.3. Now it's at 30,100. ETH under $1,800. Tether depegged to 99.993 cents. BNB under $300. I'm surprised BNB didn't take a bigger dump with the SEC article we covered. Although it is not a lawsuit, they're probing. But still, people freak out, right? People are very sentimental. ADA sitting strong at number 6, 21.7 billion in market cap, up 10% over the last 7 days. I am curious, are we going to see a big dump in ADA after the Vassal hard fork goes live? Well, we saw back with the Alonzo integration, which brought on the smart contracts back in September. Huge run up, made all-time highs 2-3 days prior, and then when it actually went live, it completely tanked 50-60%. Curious to see what will happen with this next big hard fork coming to the Cardano network. XRP sitting at 40 cents. And then rounding out the top 10, we have Solana. I like to call him Solano. And Dogecoin. Dogecoin ain't going anywhere.
You think Doge is going to flip Solana?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or do you think like Polkadot will flip Solana?
Polkadot's,
Or do you think Solana's not going to get flipped?
I don't know. The NFT space is definitely helping them. You know, just like when we saw ETH hit that 4,500, NFT market was on fire. And they had just launched their EIP 1559, which made the token slightly deflationary. I think with Solana, the only thing keeping it from not being like $10 is the NFT marketplace, in my personal opinion. Because I don't know how any investor can feel comfortable just speculating on Solana's price, holding it, waiting for it to go up. With every, like, I don't know about you guys, but if I was holding Solana, every morning I'd wake up, the first thing I'd do is check the news, see if the network went down. Truth. Ronnie? Would you, seriously, if you were a Solana investor, would that be a concern to you?
Well, I sold all my Solana months ago, so I got tired of it. Man. You know.
Got to start your YouTube channel, bro. A lot of great moves you've been making.
Just got lucky, man. Yeah, just got lucky.
Right place at the right time. Takes preparation. All right, a metric I want. So we typically show you metrics on Bitcoin. I want to show you a metric on Ethereum. So this is the ETH 2.0 total number of validators. And you can see we have been growing since this whole thing went live. We are currently sitting at over 400,000 validators that are ready to launch on ETH 2.0. Just to put that in perspective, Solana has under 2,000. And I know ETH is a much bigger network than Solana, but I'm saying for a merge that hasn't even happened yet, for a consensus mechanism that hasn't even been introduced yet, you have 400,000 validators that are ready. Very bullish for Ethereum. Next, I found something interesting. So this is token metrics. So big shout out to our friend HP for setting this up for us. He got us this token metrics. So thank you, HP. So this is their Bitcoin season to altcoin season chart. And I started doing some analysis. So I'm like, all right, let me see if I can find any congruency here. So I'm like looking, all right, what are these dips, okay? July 26, 2021, dipped under 20. And let's see what the price of Bitcoin did. July 26th, 2021. July 26th, 2021. We're going to measure this move here. We are looking right here. So from here, from down to top, Hold on one second. From the bottom to the top, we rose 50%. Okay, it's 50%. Then next, what else did we get to under 20? Boop, 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 boop. Bam. March 8th of 2022. What did the price of Bitcoin do? March 8th, 2022. Let's measure the move again. From down to the up, 27.7%. And look where we are now, my friends. We are below 20 again. We are officially, we've been in Bitcoin season for a while now, according to Token Metrics. And we've been under this 20 mark since May 29th. So twice in the last 3 times, it has shot up at least 25%. Let's see what the Bollinger Bands are telling us. So we've been in this channel, right, at this $30,000 level since May 13th. So almost a month. And the way we measure if a move is coming is we throw on the Bollinger Bands. And if this is not a squeeze, I don't know what is, right? I mean, squeeze of the Bollinger Bands, a big move is coming. If we take everything we talked about into consideration, the Rune indicator, the green is above the red, very bullish. Volume is low. We saw volume on the overall market cap sitting at 60 billion. I think Bitcoins, if we take a look real quick, Bitcoins was at 21 billion in volume. That's nothing. That's nothing. So big move is coming. And my guess is it'll be to the upside. Not sure if we'll see that 25% move.
The last Bollinger squeeze here you had that was the last downside there.
This went to the downside.
So, I mean,
and typically what you see is when it squeezes,
so obviously you're going to get a breakout.
You are going to get a breakout.
It's just what direction.
Yes.
I think that you think it's going to break to the upside.
Yes.
I think it's going to go to the opposite.
I think it's going to break to the upside. And typically what I was saying is when you see a Bollinger Band contract like this, it usually goes the opposite way of whatever side band it's on. If it's trading towards the lower band, it'll break to the upper band. If it trades towards the upper band, it'll break to the lower band. Now, that's not 100% true. Here, again, trading above the lower band, and then we broke, or at the upper band, and we broke to the lower band. And where was the other? Right here. This is where it kind of veered off. We were trading at the lower band, and we still broke to the downside. But with Bitcoin, I do believe we will break to the upside. I think CPI numbers are going to come in under 8%. I think
that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, of course, I could be wrong. Don't take this as hey, go out and buy Bitcoin right now. No. The price.
What?
Yeah.
All right, canceling my sell order.
What? So the move I would expect if we go from here would be about a 15 to 18% move right at that 34.5. Huge resistance at 34,500. So if you do get into Bitcoin or you do have some Bitcoin and you want to take some profits, I would consider, if we see that big breakout, I would consider taking profit at 34,500. And then the other token that is just screaming break is Algorand. I mean, we thought the bands were tight here. They're getting tighter, and volume's been decreasing outside of this big one here over the last day. And then we are nearing the end of our symmetrical triangle. And I just cannot see Algorand. I mean, we haven't been this slow on Algorand since January 2021. So well over a year. It is a absolutely solid project. I'm a huge fan of Algorand. Their founder, Silvio Macaulay, an MIT grad. He's an absolute genius. And everything, and again, on the Rune indicator, which is one of my favorite indicators to use, green is above red, very bullish. Now, what I'm looking for to see is, are we going to get this super trend, this buy signal? We haven't gotten it yet, but nearing the end of this pattern, the Bollinger Bands are about as squeezed as you can possibly get. I would expect a 15 to 20% move on Algorand up to this 49
You're
cent
also
mark.
getting the squeeze on Bitcoin. Do you think we're going to get a breakout? And, you say upside,
in the overall market,
and I think downside. But do you think the breakout's going to come over the weekend, or do you think we're still going to be in this 30K thing next week?
Here's why I think the weekends are good for breakouts. Right, every other risk on asset market is dark. You want to make some money, you want to trade, take some profits from trade.
But I remember in the last...
What markets?
The last bull market, man, the biggest moves came on Sundays. During that whole, run-up thing, man, I'm telling you, it'd be Sunday night or, Saturday, early Saturday morning, 3 a.m., all of a sudden, man, it's like a freaking 40% swing, man. And, I know the times are different now, but, in my opinion, I think the CPI numbers is gonna dictate where this thing goes. And let's just say theoretically, if inflation came in at 5% tomorrow, I think you get a breakout 34K Bitcoin by Monday. I could see that, or at least wicking up there. Same thing. If we're at 8% still, bruh, things tanking.
There is,
man. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. I think
I don't
want
wanna
to
say
7.4, 7.8. I think that's where we're going to fall in at. That's my estimate. But I'm just saying, if we get a shock and awe when it comes to that CPI, I think that's going to be what direction the market goes. So
I definitely think we're breaking to the upside. But again, it's just opinion. It's not financial advice. Please do your own research.
Yep.
Oh, and then I got into an Elron trade last night. I bought in at $64. I'm looking to take profit at 75 and 82. So share that with you guys. That's all I got.
All right.
We got a deep dive to film.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, if you're a member, I did post a sneak peek of the script for our new deep dive. Make sure you go check that out under community posts. If you're a member, you'll see it. If you're not, fortunately, you won't. You'll have to wait till next Wednesday. It's going to be a really good one. I was super excited about this one. It's about Tron. It's about their stablecoin. It's about Justin Sun. Came out really, really good. So excited for that. But anyways, Rocco, Mr. Producer, please roll the outro music. Friends, family, crypto fam. On behalf of myself, Robin, Rocco, and our newest Kobe fan, better than Jordan, Ronnie, in studio, we want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Tomorrow's a big day. We got our main man for us on. Talk about Bitcoin. Talk about charts. Where's the market going? Make sure you come for that. I hope you guys enjoy the content. We will see you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until tomorrow, my friends. Peace.
Muchas gracias.
Senoritas, I goof off. I got 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turn into Rabuchon. Kick my feet up, drink leader, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off. Smoking on the island, say she wanna ride with me. Took her on a flight, said all her bags from Italy. I sent her with a friend, they shopping there religiously. Whoa, whoa, yeah. She say she love me, but that's when she rockin' Prada bag. Said she ready for the next step, whoa, not so fast. Slow down, slow down, slow down, girl, don't you crash. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Cause we can mess up that pretty face, but we can fuck up that pretty lady. Tryna kiss up, I'm in your place. Man, this shit so crazy. Never thought I'd be doing shit like this again. Put that effort in, girl, then I repay you. Crash that thing out the park, now I feel like Babe Ruth, baby.
You just made a man or a lady change their name on YouTube to DJ Karma.
Shout out DJ Karma.
That's
my boy.
Unless it's a new person.
Good job.
Drink leader, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off. I got 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turn into Rabuchon. Kick my feet up, drink leader, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off. Question marks along your brain, wonder if you should try again. Look at me inside your braces. Can't focus when we face to face. Plenty things I could go say. Name a place I go and pay at. Said she want no boo. Been around the world, plenty things I can show you. Taking flights to GA for our soul food. Gotta pay 1K for GA at my shows too. Keep it 1K with my fans even at my lows. Ooh. That's why I'm back. Show your man the things I showed you. Tell your man how I used to hold you, but I won't hold you. Your new man is lame and all I spoke is true. Light one smoke for you. That's how this comes with coping too. This madness come with shit that's overdue. You strong by yourself, nobody else holding you. But I ain't holding you. You the one I need when I'm off that perk or two. Hit that thing early, got your sleep like curve for you. All these lame ass bitches I curve for you. All these packs and pearls I burn with you. It's up now, baby, it's stuck. They can look, but they cannot. They gon' hate, so I keep that tucked. All this ice on me like pucks. I work hard, don't need no luck. Only thing I need is my Glock. When there's bread, these birds gon' flock. When they dead, I let them rot. I ain't tryna leave you up, I said stop waiting. And I don't got time for these pussy fuckers playing. You gotta read between the lines that I am saying. Ain't got no time for no more bullshit conversations. Cause I got 16 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turn into Rabuchon. Kick my feet up, drink leaders, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off. I got 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turn into Rabuchon. Kick my feet up, drink leaders, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off.